Hello friends, welcome back once again in the video lecture series of system programming. We are discussing about assembler, and in assembler, in the last video I have already told you how the assembler is taking source code and how it translates into its target program. Target program is nothing but relocatable machine code. So today we are proceeding the lecture of assembler in this way that in this video we are going to study about past structure of assembler, right? So past structure of assembler is done by translation, right? And there are mainly two types of translation. First is your two-pass translation and second one is your single-pass translation. So what is the basic difference in between these two is, see, in the first case, two-pass translation, it is having two passes. First pass is known as, or it generally performs the task of analysis phase. If you remember in the last video, I have already told you like this. Just I am making this diagram, and with the help of diagram I will show you, right? So in the first pass, like this is the source program. I am not going to draw the complete diagram, but just I am giving you the quick review of the last one. This is your analysis phase. Followed by, this is the control flow, and followed by your synthesis phase. Synthesis phase, right? And this is your target program, right? So this diagram we have earlier we have discussed, like this is your source program. Source program is passed in analysis phase, and after some transformation, ऊपर मेरा यहाँ न्यूमेरिक कोड्स होता था, नीचे यहाँ सिंबल कोड सिंबल टेबल होता था, और उसके बाद फिर सिंथेसिस फेज होता है, और सिंथेसिस फेज के बाद हम लोग टारगेट प्रोग्राम हमें मिलेगा, राइट? दिस इज नोन एज योर कंट्रोल फ्लो, एंड here it was numeric table. Have you recall the diagram or not? यहाँ पे आपका numeric table होता था. Just in short I am writing, I am not drawing completely. If you want to recall this diagram, you can see my previous video, right? And here it was the ST. What is ST? Symbol table. This is your numeric table, this is your symbol table. So in translation, what has happened here, that instead of analysis phase, I have taken pass 1, right? I have taken pass 1. Pass 1 means first pass. Pass 1, right? And instead of synthesis phase, it will be your pass 2. This will be your pass 2, right? Pass 2. That is why I have written here that first pass is performing the task of analysis phase, and second pass is performing the task of synthesis phase. Okay, fine. Now, what is going to be happen? First of all, LC processing. What is LC processing? LC processing. What do you mean by LC processing? This is your location counter, right? What is a location counter? It is a data structure which is used to allocate the memory, right? That is the main task of your LC processing. So through LC processing, whatever the new entry is coming in the program, that will be stored in the symbol table, right? It will be stored in the symbol table. That is the basic point, right? And Second, this LC processing, LC processing performs forward referencing. LC processing performs forward referencing, right? So when LC processing has done its job, finally when all the new entries has been uploaded into symbol table, then what happens? Pass 1 starts its working, right? And it analyzes the symbol table, right? So after analysis the symbol table, it transforms into your intermediate representation, right? That is your intermediate representation. So after completion of the first pass, intermediate representation is constructed, right? Or we can say first pass constructs intermediate representation, which is then taken by second pass, right? Which is then taken by second pass. So we can say like this, and this is the first pass. I'm just writing first, right? It constructs IR and intermediate representation, and this intermediate representation is taken by second pass, and after that target program will be achieved. Target program will be achieved, right? Let's say this is your source program, right? Now IR is having two attributes, right? One is your data structure, and another is your intermediate code, right? So let's see how it happens. Right now just I'm removing this one, okay, I'll draw it here only, right? So from here some data structure will be there, right? Here some data structure will be there, right? And here, and from data structure again, right? And from here it will be your IC. What is the IC? IC is your this intermediate code. So what is IR here? IR is nothing but the data structure. Here I am writing data structure, right? So IR is having two attributes. First is your data structure and second one is your intermediate code. Now the question arises here, then why we are using, or what was the use of single pass translation? See, whenever we are going for LC processing, that means allocating the memory with the help of a data structure which is known as location counter, and when the processing of location counter is going on, it always refers as forward referencing, right? So due to forward referencing, there means frequently there so happen is your some problem is creating in forward referencing. So to handle with forward referencing, we are opting the second type of translation, that is known as single pass translation. और इस सिंगल पास ट्रांसलेशन में जो भी प्रॉब्लम हमारा फॉरवर्ड रेफरेंसिंग में आता था, उसको हमने बैक पैचिंग से उसको हमने रिमूव करने की कोशिश किया. बैक पैचिंग, व्हाट इज दैट? दैट प्रोसेस इज नोन एज बैक पैचिंग. So, after looking at this entire diagram, what we have concluded that translation is of two types. The summary we can analyze it. Why single pass translation was used? later on, because in format referencing, frequently they are creating some problems. So this problem was overcome in single pass translation when we are using the process of back patching. Moreover, analysis phase was replaced by first pass and synthesis phase was replaced by second pass, and intermediate representation, that means if you see this boundary, that means this is known as your IR, that is intermediate representation, which contains two things, that is your data structure and IC. Previously what was there? Previously it was in the previous diagram we have seen कि ऊपर हमारा क्या होता था, निमोनिक टेबल होता था और नीचे सिंबल टेबल होता था. सो यहाँ पे निमोनिक टेबल और सिंबल टेबल के बजाय this is known as the IR, that is intermediate representation, in which we are having two attributes, that is first is known as data structure and second one it is known as intermediate code. So let us discuss about design of two-pass assembler, right? First of all, we will discuss about two-pass assembler, then we will see what are the loopholes in that, and then we will discuss about pass one assembler, right? Single pass assembler. So in this, as I have already told you, there are two passes, right? First pass is known as analysis phase. And second pass is synthesis phase, right? Now, what are the main points has to be taken in first pass? First point, that is separate all the symbols and mnemonic codes and operand fields. If you are having symbols, mnemonic codes or operand fields, you have to separate all of them individually, right? Then you have to build a symbol table. See, why we are creating a symbol table? See, symbol table is created because whenever you are declaring the variables, so newly declared variables should be analyzed by the compiler. Means symbol table compiler कैसे में बनता था? वो इसलिए बनता था कि first of all whatever we are declaring in the declaration statement, all those variables, right, must be stored in symbol table so that its value whenever we are required, it can be easily accessed through the compiler. That is why symbol table is created, right? Similarly, here also we have to create a symbol table, and after creating the symbol table, we have to perform LC processing. What is LC processing? That I have already told you. LC processing is nothing but location counter processing. It is a data structure. LC is a data structure which is used to allocate the memory. And after doing this, we have to construct the IR. What is IR? Intermediate representation. Intermediate representation. After doing all these things, then second pass will take his responsibility, and it will tries to synthesize the target program. Now, after this, what are the important tables that we have to take in pass first? First is your opcode table, right? Second one is your symbol table, right? Third one is your literal tables, right? The three tables you are needed in pass first. First is your opcode table, second one is your symbol table, and third one is your literal table. So, what is there in opcode table? this is the table of M code I have written. M code means mnemonic codes, right? And its related information field. So what are these things? M codes are there. These are the mnemonic codes: move R, DS, and start. What is move R? Moving any content from main memory to register. That is known as move R. If it is written move M, that means moving the content from register to memory, right? So this move R is one of the, second one is your class, right? And third one is your mnemonic information. This is your mnemonic information, right? So opcode is having three attributes. First is your mnemonic code, opcode, right? Second one is your class, कि वो किस class का है, and information related to your this mnemonic opcode, right? Next, so here I have written three types of mnemonic codes. First is move R, I have already explained you right now. Next one is your DS. In the previous lecture, I have already told you that DS is your declaration storage, right? And third one is your starting of any assembly level programming. So the class is associated with these mnemonic opcode. So move R is under your IS. What is IS? IS is imperative statement, right? IS is imperative statement. What is DS? DS is the declaration statement, right? And what is start? Tell me, just recall yourself. What is start? AD. What is the full form of AD? It is your assembler directives, right? So these all mnemonic codes is having some class which has to be declared with this mnemonic code, right? And the subsequent information is given here. That is for move R is for what? It is customized one. You can take anything. That is your R#7, R#11 and all that, right? Okay, fine. Next table is your symbol table. What is symbol table? Whenever a new entry is found in program, and if it is needed in the program, you have to maintain a table that is known as symbol table to store such type of new entries, right? So this is having three attributes. First is known as symbol. Second is known as where it has been stored, right? ये symbols कहाँ store हुए हैं तो उसका address भी हमें पता होना चाहिए. And third, what is their length, right? Say for example, length may be calculated in memory words. That is one memory word, one memory word, one memory word, one memory word, one and one, right? Okay, fine. So what are the symbols that we have used here? First is left loop, which is residing at memory location of 202, right? Second one is your next, which has the memory location of 214. Third symbol is last, which is at 216. Fourth is A, which is stored at 217. Third is back again, which is stored in 202. These two are synchronized. Loop with your back is synchronized. Okay. Next, B is stored at 218. And all these symbols is having the length of one memory word, right? Next one is very important, that is literal tables. What is literal tables? Literal tables is having two attributes. First is your literal and second one is your address, where all your numbers are being stored here. So in literal tabs, we are storing all the literals which we are using in the entire program. Means प्रोग्राम के अंदर जितने भी लिटरल्स होते हैं वो सारे के सारे जो लिटरल्स होते हैं वो कहाँ जाकर के स्टोर होते हैं आपके लिटरल टैब में. एक चीज और इसके साथ साथ एक और ऑक्सिलरी टेबल होता है जिसको हम कहते हैं पूल टेबल होता है कहते हैं. इस पूल टेबल में सारे के सारे लिटरल्स होते हैं. इनका लिटरल्स नंबर लिखे रहते हैं जो कि रेफरेंसिंग के लिए काम होता है. और कौन सा लिटरल कब यहाँ पे आकर के स्टोर होगा, राइट, ये पूरी की पूरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी किसकी होती है, पूल टेबल की होती है। तो अभी तक हम लोगों ने क्या देखा कि फर्स्ट पास और सेकंड पास में, फर्स्ट पास को एनालिसिस फेज भी कहते हैं, राइट, जिसमें 4 तरीके के टेबल्स होते हैं। आउटपुट टेबल होता है जिसके अंदर ये 3 एट्रीब्यूट्स होते हैं। दूसरा सिंबल टेबल होता है जिसके अंदर 3 एट्रीब्यूट्स होते हैं, सिंबल, एड्रेस और लेंथ। तीसरा लिटरल टेबल्स की जो भी लिटरल्स हमारे प्रोग्राम्स में यूज हुए हैं वो लिटरल्स कहां जाके स्टोर होंगे, आपकी लिटरल टेबल में, और जो इसको मैनेज और मेंटेन करेगा उसके लिए अलग से एक टेबल होता है। दैट टेबल इज नोन एज पूल टेबल, राइट। पूल टेबल ही इस लिटरल टेबल को मैनेज करता है और मेंटेन करता है, ठीक है। तो अभी के लिए डिजाइन ऑफ 2 पास असेंबलर में इतना ही था। नेक्स्ट वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट प्योरली एल्गोरिथम, एंड उस एल्गोरिथम में हम लोग देखेंगे कि इन सारे के सारे आउटपुट टेबल या सिंबल टेबल या लिटरल टेबल या पूल टेबल किस तरीके से बिहेव करते हैं।